So you're thinking about moving to Pacific Beach, California, but you're not quite sure if it's going to be a good fit for you and your family. Stick around. In this video, we're going to dive into my computer and I'm going to open up a Google Maps and show you proximity to things like downtown San Diego, the airport, beach life, family-friendly communities, parks and recs, and how far the shopping is so that you can decide if PB is a good fit for you. And we're going to get after it right now. Hey, my name's Emily Benito. I'm a local realtor and a mom, and every day I talk to families just like you making their move here in San Diego, and I love it. So whether you're thinking about moving in a week or a year, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a message, click the link below and schedule a Zoom with me so that I can learn more about you and help you make a smooth move too. All right, in this video, we are talking about Pacific Beach, California, which is a city here in San Diego. It's super central, really close to the airport and downtown and all urban life, but a really cool, easy, sleepy beach town that I actually lived in for over 10 years myself, and we go back all the time. It's the beach town that me and my family still hit up every time we're heading out to the beach or the bay. So I can't wait to show you around. Let's go. Alrighty, we are looking at my computer. I've got the Google Maps pulled up and we've got PB outlined. PB is what the locals call Pacific Beach. PB is actually a city of San Diego. Your address if you live in PB is actually San Diego, not Pacific Beach. And also, I'm just gonna loop in for the sake of this video, Mission Beach as well, because both these communities, beach communities, are 92109 zip code, but they are both the city of San Diego. So if you lived here, your address would be actually San Diego as the city, not PB or Mission Beach. So Pacific Beach is a small beach community nestled right here in the city of San Diego, and it is really close to city center. So you can take the 5 freeway, which you can see just runs right through along PB. You can take it down. It's going to drop you at the harbor. This is where the airport is, and downtown San Diego. So for your nightlife or for travel or whatever, you are like 10-15 minute Uber right away, which is super convenient. You never need to park and leave your car at the airport. You can just take an Uber and be there in 10 minutes. So with that being said, let's talk about the freeways. So you have the 5 freeway, easy access. You have 2 entrances out of PB onto the 5. 5 runs north and south. You can take the 5 down to downtown in San Diego, and it goes all the way down to National City. You would take it to Chula Vista and all the way down to the Tijuana border in Mexico. The 5 freeway will also take you all the way north. So if you're commuting to Sorrento Valley or North County, or even need to head to Orange County, Los Angeles, any of those counties in Southern California, you could take the 5 freeway, and you can take the 5 all the way up to Washington State. So it's an interstate freeway. So you've got 2 main highways out of PB. You've got the 5 freeway that runs north and south, and then you also have the 8 freeway here, which runs east and west. And so the 8 will drop you off right at the coast and drop you off either here where you can get off and head to PB, or take you all the way down to Ocean Beach or OB. That's for another video though. That's our neighbor down south. So you've got 2 major freeways, the 8 and the 5, and because these are the only 2 freeways here and there's only a couple entrances, you can imagine rush hour in the morning and the evening getting on and off the freeway is going to take you a little bit of time. It takes about 15-20 minutes just to get off the freeway, and then you're kind of crawling through the roads to your house, because these are small little beach town communities with small little 2-lane roads. So it tends to get congested because of the way the streets were built years ago. All right, so I shared to the south is the airport, down here is Ocean Beach and Point Loma, and to the north of PB is La Jolla. So La Jolla is obviously world famous. It's a very affluent community. It's also a coastal community. This is where you're going to find more high-end luxury shopping, fine dining, restaurants, boutique hotels, and luxury homes. The real estate in La Jolla is prime real estate, and so there's obviously a price for that. But that is your neighbor to the north. So in PB is not cheap, but it is definitely way more laid back. It's more of your traditional beach town where everyone runs around in flip-flops, whether you're running around doing your errands or going out to the bar at night. You'll find everybody like basically in flip-flops. So it's much more casual community versus La Jolla or downtown. Then immediately to the east is Claremont. And so Claremont is actually a city, and immediately east of PB is Bay Park and Claremont. And I want to quickly mention Claremont before we dive deeper into PB, because Claremont is where you're going to run to all your big box shopping and errands like your Target and your Home Depot. You don't have those type of stores right here inside PB. So anytime you need to go make a Target run, for example, or go to Party City or whatever, that kind of big box shopping, it's only about a 10-15 minute drive to Claremont. If you want more information on Claremont, make sure to check out my other videos linked right here. So this is really the lay of the land. So you've got PB, to the east is Claremont. This is where you do your shopping. If you want to head up north to La Jolla for some fine dining and a little bit more bougie. So when you're living in PB, you're going to be running to Claremont to run your errands. You've got all your grocery stores right here within PB. If you want nightlife and a little bit more urban sophistication or more trendy type of restaurants, you're just going to head south here to either downtown or North Park or Hillcrest or Mission Hills, all right here. And for a little bit more fancy upscale nightlife in the beach community, you've got La Jolla. So all these areas are only 10-15 minutes away. And of course, if you're heading out of town, the airport is 10 minutes away. So that is the lay of the land there. We're gonna zoom in now. I'm gonna walk you through PB. All right, I am zoomed into Pacific Beach now. And first I'm gonna show you the main roads that run through PB. So you've got Grand that starts at the beach and kind of splits off. So going south, it's going to drop you on the 5 freeway. If you're commuting south, this is the way you would go. You can also take Grand, which splits off and turns into Balboa Avenue. And Balboa Avenue is what is going to take you into Claremont to all your shopping. You've got your Home Depot here and your Target and your Costco. So all your big box shopping is here. This is kind of where I used to go run all my errands when I lived in PB. And then let's go back to PB. So, all right, the other road that runs through PB is Ingram, and Ingram runs through PB north and south. You can take Ingram all the way through the bridges, and the bridges are really pretty. I used to love going through the bridges when I lived in PB because it's just super picturesque. You could see the ocean and the bay on both sides. And when you land here, it's SeaWorld, and beyond is the entrance for both your 8 freeway and your 5 freeway. So obviously this is a commuting route too to get out of PB, but you also have the residential neighborhoods that you can use Ingram to get through. So you've got Grand that connects right here to Balboa, and next to Grand is Garnett. That's your other main drag, and they both kind of connect right here. So Garnett is the main street that all the bars and restaurants and shops are on. That is the nightlife. That is like, if there was a downtown PB, that is it. It's Garnett. It is a wild at night on the weekends because the bars are just going off with people in their 20s and 30s and even 40s just raging. It's a big party scene. It's like spring break 24/7 on the weekends and all summer long. And Grand is a little bit of that, but it's more of local businesses like you would find, your dentists and, a car mechanics and things like that along Grand, and then some apartments and condos. But both streets run east and west, and they both connect here at Mission. So you're either going to go this way to the 5 to get out of PB, or connect all the way. You can go to Claremont for your errands, or jump on the 5 and go north. So these are your main roads. Ingram, if you continue to take it this way, it's going to drop you into North PB, and this road takes you up to La Jolla. So you don't need to get on the freeway to get around from PB. You can actually take surface streets to get all the way to La Jolla, or even down to downtown and the airport. I definitely used to just take the surface streets to the airport if there was any kind of freeway traffic going on the freeway, because you can't take surface streets and it's way prettier and just as fast. So let's see. All right, I'm going to clear this all out, and I'm going to show you where the local shops and restaurants and neighborhoods are. Let me zoom in now. One of the best things about PB is that it's so walkable. So when I lived in PB, I had a corporate job in UTC, and so I would park my car on Friday night after work, and I wouldn't get back into it until Monday morning when it was time to go back to work. And that's because I could walk, bike, or Uber anywhere within minutes. So I'm going to just kind of give you the important stuff. So there is a Sprouts here, which is our health food store here in Southern California. So there's a Sprouts right here in PB. You don't need to leave. There's also a Trader Joe's, which is amazing that you have 2 close by. And then you've got your Vons, which is your traditional chain grocery store. And down here, there's a Ralph's grocery store as well. So you have your options, and Ralph's is basically walking distance from the beach. So it attracts a lot of tourists because if they're at the beach, they could just walk over to Ralph's and go shopping. But there's a downstairs garage in Ralph's. So all these shopping centers have easy parking. They get busy because, well, frankly, the population in PB has just grown a lot. They've demoed a lot of the small cottages and put multi-unit buildings or townhomes. And so the population has just grown. But these parking lots are large enough to accommodate. So again, it's great for running your errands. So it's easy to run your errands right here just within PB without having to leave to go to Claremont. So again, it's really easy just to go out and run your errands right here in PB without having to head out of the beach town and go into Claremont or Point Loma. So those are your grocery stores. I want to share with you the parks in PB because they have some really cool parks. So up here is Kate Sessions. Kate Sessions is up on a hill in Mount Soledad, and it's a grassy park with amazing views looking out to the ocean and also looking out to the bay. So just to go out up here and have a picnic or run your dog or just get some quiet time or have some energy with your kids it's amazing because it's just picturesque. It's a great place to catch sunsets and is really popular during 4th of July or anytime we have fireworks because you have a bird's eye view up here. But Kate Sessions is a great park right here in PB, and it's the grassiest park in PB. And then we have the parks along the bay. So there's Crown Point Park here in Shores. These are grassy areas along the bay, and they're facing out here towards Fiesta Bay or Sail Bay. There is Faneuil Park. This is a great park for little kids. It's got a young children's playground, small little playground for kids to crawl on. I would say up to maybe age 7 or 8. It's not really a big kid playground. For big kid playgrounds, you're going to want to head over to either Mission Bay or down in Mission Beach, where they have some amazing brand new parks that they've just built in the past few years and renovated that are amazing for all ages. But for your youngins, Faneuil Park is super popular. It does have a small grassy area. And again, you're right on the water in Crown Point, which is this area here. So you have water views while your kids play. It's really amazing and very easy when you have young kids. You don't have to deal with all the sand and walking through neighborhoods to get to the beach like you do at these local little nooks along the bay. All right, that is enough about the parks. I'm going to clear this out. All right, let's talk about the neighborhoods in PB. There are definitely some family-friendly neighborhoods and some not so family-friendly neighborhoods. I actually lived in PB for over 10 years, and I met my husband, and he was also living in PB. We were both single. When we got married, we lived in Mission Beach together for another couple of years before we headed towards Point Loma. But while we lived here, we always lived kind of close to everything because we wanted to be able to walk to bars and restaurants and to the beach. But they were not family-friendly because they're very rowdy. You've got a lot of party people at night that are walking the streets and being loud. And I would say it's all kind of around here in kind of central PB. If you're close to Grand or Garnett, it's going to be loud. The bars let out and people are walking the streets home, and they are really rowdy. Mission Beach as well is turned into a huge tourist trap. And there is a lot of Airbnbs. And so when I lived in Mission Beach, we actually knew our neighbors. They lived and owned the properties. But now because there are a lot of Airbnbs, you have a different neighbor every weekend. And of course, that means that you have people that are on vacation and having fun and not being quiet. And so if you're not in that season of your life, you're going to not want to be in Mission Beach either. So I'm going to focus really on more of the family-friendly neighborhoods. So I'm going to clear this out and talk about where I would live if I were moving back to PB with my kids. So Crown Hills on the bay side, the north side here, is definitely very family-friendly. These homes here are nicer, older homes, well-kept neighborhoods. Pride of ownership. People live here for a long time. They don't leave. There's not a lot of turnover here. So it's hard to get into these neighborhoods. So when a house comes up for sale, it goes quickly. And this is prime real estate too, because you're so close walking distance to the bay and to these parks. So homes here are close to 2 million and plus. But that is an area that I would say is more family friendly. it's kind of a hike for partiers, and it's definitely way too expensive for your young 20s and 30s usually. The other neighborhood I love in PB is Mount Soledad. So Mount Soledad is up here near Kate Sessions, and it is a hillside community that is just south of La Jolla. So you have beautiful home views that can see the ocean and the bay and the sunsets. They are larger homes. This community was developed really in the 60s and 70s, and you'll see some neighborhoods in the 80s. But homes up in Mount Soledad are an average price point of about $2 million and plus. But it is very residential, very family friendly. You're not going to find your young, crazy party town kids up here because, well, one, it's expensive, and two, it's just not the vibe. If you want to be close to the bars and the beaches, you're kind of tucked up here in a hill that's not really walkable or bikeable down into the party scene. So I know when I was living here, this would be a snooze fest, but now that I have a family, I would love to live up here, right? You have gorgeous views, gorgeous homes, and a tight-knit neighborhood, and you're adjacent to La Jolla. And then the other neighborhood that I would absolutely live in is referred to as North PB. So North PB is further down in the flats down here, kind of this whole area here. So it's just at the bottom of the hill of Mount Soledad. What's amazing about North PB is you are in a walkable neighborhood. You've got places like the Fig Tree Cafe here and the Fishery, which are great restaurants. This is a little bit of a more mature vibe here. And when I say mature, I mean not by age, but more like the vibe. So you're not going to find people raging here or, just being idiots and crazy and getting drunk on the streets here like you would on Garnett and Grand down here, or Mission, or near the beach. So over here, you're just going to have a little bit more mature vibe. It's going to be more chill. It's cleaner. It's nicer. It's quieter. And the homes in North PB are also a little bit more expensive than in Central PB because you are closer to La Jolla and it's just a little bit more sophisticated. So homes here, they're getting, probably a cottage for about $1.5 million, and a regular home is going to run you north of $2 million. But these streets are quiet and pretty and well maintained. Again, family friendly. And because it's flat, it's walkable and really desirable. And you can head down to these cafes and restaurants or bars, and you can also just walk down to the beach. The beaches here are Law Street, which is a really nice beach, way more family friendly, and I would say probably a little bit less touristy than the beaches that you're going to find here that are closer to all the hotels. You've got Tower 23 and these other hotels and motels all along here. This is way more touristy. You've got way more Airbnbs and hotels here and here. So that's what makes North PB more expensive and more desirable. So those are the three neighborhoods I would highly recommend if you're interested in living in PB as a family, or even if you don't have kids, you just don't want to be in the middle of the party scene. You can be close by, but you don't want to live in the middle of it where you're hearing people passed out on your front lawn, because that's what will happen if you live around here. All right, so those are the neighborhoods. Let me clear this out. All right, the last thing I'm going to go through is the bay, because what makes Pacific Beach so amazing is how walkable it is and how it is just surrounded by water. And you have both the Pacific Ocean here, but you have Mission Bay we love so much. So we have a membership to the Freedom Boat Club and take our boat out on the bay all the time with the kids. You can go jet skiing and wakeboarding and paddle boarding on so many activities right here on the bay. So I want to make sure I cover that before we wrap it up. So first of all, you've got SeaWorld right here, super convenient. You have tons of hotels all throughout here. This is really a tourist destination, a vacation destination. And if you use that to your advantage, you can vacation in your backyard all the time. These are amazing hotels. Curtis Point is a really cool resort hotel that we have gotten a day pass in, or even just gotten a room for the weekend with the kids. Go to the various pools and hang out on the bay, and they have fire pits at night, and it's a Polynesian theme. It's so cool, and it's right here in Pacific Beach. And then you have Mission Bay Resort. This hotel has a really great pool for adults and kids too, so you can go there, vacation for the day, have your cocktail with your umbrella in it, and have your kids play in. It's a really cool pool to hang out in all day with your kids. And then Catamaran Resort. So we actually got married here at the Catamaran Resort, our ceremony was right here on the sand, and our reception was at the Catamaran. All these are great hotels right on the bay, just literally minutes. You can ride your bike, your beach cruiser from your house in PB to any one of these and just hang out, go for a Sunday brunch or hang out at the bar or vacation with a pass. Super fun. So it's just part of the lifestyle of PV, being able to have access to all this stuff and it not be a big deal. One thing I forgot to mention is that there is a boardwalk that runs all along the beach, and along the beach there are bars and restaurants and hotels, and so those are all great stops. But down in Mission Beach you have a big parking lot. This is all parking here, and there is Mission Beach. This is all grass area for kids to play. There's vendors here. But there's an amusement park here called Belmont Park, which is amazing. There's a roller coaster and rides and games and arcades and restaurants and sports bars. Your kids can hang out and have a great time, but you can still have an adult beverage with beautiful ocean views. And again, feel like you are just on vacation, but you're really living in your own backyard. I think it's so cool to live in a city where people from all around the country come to vacation for a weekend or even a week. And when you're living right here in PB or near PB, you have access to all this. It's right in your backyard and you can access it anytime. So I just wanted to make sure I touched on that. And that is it for our maps tour. All right, I hope you have a better sense of what PB life looks like and how it's such an amazing walkable beach community, but so close to downtown and the airport and all your shopping, but tucked away in this cute little beach town next to all these resorts that are just going to be right in your backyard. If you want more information on PB, make sure to check out my other videos. I've also got videos on Claremont and La Jolla and neighboring towns. And if you have any questions, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a message, or click the link below and just schedule a Zoom with me so that I can help you and your family make it a smooth move too.